Hey guys, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well on this Tuesday afternoon. And yeah, pre-season. That's right, pre-season footy is back this week. We have the trials getting underway with the NRL pre-season trials. The NRL pre-season challenge, as it is known as. And yeah, the team lists have actually been announced for this clash between the Cronulla Sharks and the New Zealand Warriors. Pre-season trial being played down there at Pointsbet Stadium in Sydney on Friday, the 7th of February. Before getting into it, please make sure you like the live stream if you haven't done so already. Click the thumbs up button on the video. Like the live stream, share the live stream, subscribe to the channel if you are a new or returning viewer to the channel and you haven't done so already. And yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a preview, get a little bit of a chat in regards to this game coming up. Got the Warriors team list out, the Sharks team list. We'll have a look at the teams, go through the players to watch. Interesting enough, the Warriors, they actually named a very strong side for this match. A very strong side, but as they say with trials, don't expect the whole players to be playing the full game. I expect probably like the first half, maybe a couple of those players to play the first half, and I think they will come off in the second half. Then we've seen, as you can see when I read out the squad, it is a very big squad named for this game. So yeah, good to see Interwebby in the chat. So hello to everyone in the chat who's just joining. Like I say, hello to Interwebby. Hello to Hold the Ball, bro. It's good to see Hold the Ball in the live chat. Hope you're doing well, bro. It's good to see you. But yeah, before getting underway, guys, please share the live stream, like and share. We'll just wait for the crowd to start building and we'll start talking about the game. Hello to Christopher in the chat as well. Up the Waz, absolutely up the mighty Waz. Looking forward to this week's game, pre-season game. Albeit it is pre-season, so, like we say, we can't take too much, focus into a pre-season form. It's about seeing players combinations. It's about seeing, some of these players put their hand up for selection for round one in Las Vegas in America. They'll clash against the Canberra Raiders and not too far away, actually, not too far away in a couple of weeks' time. We've got the Storm game coming up as well the following week in Waikato and Hamilton. So you'd presume that second trial game, we will see more of the juniors in that game because this trial game is more of a trial for the full side. So we probably expect majority of the juniors will play the second trial. But yeah, so it should be really interesting to see how it all goes. I can't wait for it. Pre-season footy, it's something to really look forward to as a Warriors fan, and we get to see some of these players in Warriors jerseys for the very first time, especially James Fisher-Harris as well, which is going to be really exciting. So yeah, let's get into it. We'll talk about the game now. So we'll get into it. So this game against the Sharks, as you can tell with the team list, both teams have actually named very strong sides. So we'll have a look at the Sharks lineup first. So fullback William Kennedy, Sione Katoa on the wing, Moani Horoti in the centres with Kai Iro, Samuel Stonestreet on the wing, and the halves are Daniel Atkinson and Nuaha Puru. So no Hines in this one. So Hines is not playing in this trial game, but still very, very strong side. Strong backline, strong halves pairing there. Brandon Hammond-Urelli is the prop, and Jaden Beryl is the hooker with Thomas Hazelton, a prop. Sifo Talakai, Billy Burns, and Oregon Kafusi lock with a bench of Hopa Puru Taku Hayatupua, Lachlan Croach, and the bench of Blake Hoskins. And I won't read the reserves because it is a long reserves list there. So if you guys want to check out the Sharks reserves, go and click on the NRL website. Now the Warriors team, our boys, and how we line up. So we've got Chance Nickel-Klugstad fullback, Darlin Watini-Zelezniak on the wing, the centres of Ali Leotawa and Adam Pompey. So those are the centre pairings. So interesting enough, no Rocco Berry in this trial game. So maybe he's been rested for the second trial, or hopefully he's not picked up an injury. So he probably has been rested. I think, presumably rested for this game. So would say that you'd line up for that game against the Storm the following week down there at Waikato at FMG Stadium. So yeah, no Berry there, but the centre pairings are Pompey and Leotawa. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has been named on the wing. So look, as I would expect, he's going to be playing a lot of wing this season. So he's been named to start on the wing there. And our halves pairing of Timari Martin, 5'8", and Luke Metcalf has been named at the halfback spot. So with the halves there, Tamari Martin and Luke Metcalf looking to put a case forward as a combination going forward into round one against the Raiders. And then you got James Fisher-Harris, the man himself, his first game in the Warriors colours in the preseason, albeit, but it's going to be great to see him line up in that Waz jersey. So Fisher-Harris there, named at prop, starting prop, and Wade Egan was our hooker, of course. And Mitchell Barnett's actually been listed as captain in this game. So he's been listed as captain. So I wonder if this is a sign that Mitchell Barnett is going to be the captain going forward for the rest of the season, or is this the fact that he's captain just for this game? So that's interesting that he's been named captain there. Jacob Laban in the second row with Kirk Capewell. And then, of course, Aaron Clark lines up in the Warriors jersey as well. New signing from the Titans, returning to the club for the very first time since he was at the Warriors when he was in the junior years. And then the bench of Dimitri Vamuanga, Marata Niokore, Moala Graham Taufa, and Sio Cully, who is our outside back there on the bench. And of course, our reserves, a massive reserves list here with Edward Cozy, Luke Hanson, Jet Cleary. That's right, Jet Cleary's been named in the reserves. Will we get to see him play? Probably, you never know. We may get to see him in the Warriors jersey for this game, but I don't think so. But we will see the likes of Tane Tuapiki as well, who's been named in the reserves. Dion Imititane, apologies for pronouncing the name wrong there. And then Bunty Afoa, Eddie Iramia, Tofoa, Samuel Healy, Dylan Walker, Tanner Smith, and Freddie Lussick. So those are the reserves for the Warriors. So a very big squad, a massive squad there. So yeah, give me your thoughts in the live chat down below. I look at that side. So just looking at it with the preseason, the general feeling is we'll get to see majority of those players play the first half. And then I think the second half we will see the likes of your Tane Tuapikis come on, play fullback. We probably will see likes of Ramoanga coming on and playing the forwards there, probably to come on for someone like a Capewell. You like to see Clarks will come off. You put your Murata and your Kores on. I could see probably, someone like a Bunty Afoa come on and get a few minutes, maybe a Dylan Walker as well. The thing is with these trials, obviously, it is all about giving minutes to some of these players and giving minutes to these players, because not all of them are going to be playing first grade footy in round one. There'll be some that will miss out, unfortunately. It's a tough selection for Webby to pick the side for round one, and this is probably one of these games. I think this game is going to be trialling for the round one selection, in my opinion, because the following week is against Melbourne, and I don't think that will be the trial for the round one fixture against the Raiders. So that's the way I see it. And just into the chat here, hold the ball. Hello to hold the ball, like he says here. Hopefully Barney's made the club captain officially and gets that out of the way. We haven't actually announced our club captain yet, so I'm quite interested to see whether they will announce it after this trial game, or will they announce it after the second preseason trial game against the Storm. So hopefully they announce it real soon and not leave it too long, because we want to know who our club captain is going to be going forward. There's a lot of shouts, of course, with Barnett, Fisher-Harris as well. So those are the two probably notable names that probably will be in contention for the captaincy role. But like I said, to hold the ball, I personally feel like the captaincy's got to go to Barnett. So yeah, that's just in my opinion. I know a lot of people are high on Fisher Harris, but I think Barnett's got to be the captain moving forward, as a whole. So and he's got the captaincy for this game, which is the most interesting thing there. So yeah, so hold the ball saying Forbury and Halasima must be injured. 2 to 3 are arguably stars, so it is interesting. Yeah, so no Ford, no Berry, and no Halasima, which is really interesting there. Hold the ball. It is a bit for me a bit of a surprise. No, not seeing Ford's name on this team list, not even in the squad as well, not even in the bench, not even the extended reserves. So yeah, look, I'm a bit surprised. Maybe he is coming off a bit of a injury or something, because haven't heard any actual reports around injuries, or it's been a little bit quiet on that front. So maybe he's injured, or maybe he's just rested. I don't know. But as for Berry, I'm hoping he's just rested. I'm hoping it's not any injury occurrence going into this game. But like I think I'm just guessing, purely guessing. As a fan, I think that Berry has been rested for this game. And he'll be playing that second trial against the Storm in Waikato and Hamilton. So, and Haliasima is another one as well, so which is interesting. But yeah, so just obviously, if you look at this in terms of players to watch for this game for me. Obviously, I'm looking at the halves there with Luke Metcalf and Tamari Martin, because the combination is going to be really important going forward, and who is going to be that starting combination for round one against the Canberra Raiders. So I think how these two perform in this game will probably dictate, where they are going to be the starting halves going into that round one clash against the Raiders down here in Canberra. So I think that's going to be crucial as well. Just watching these two and see how they, form as a combination together. Now, Luke Metcalf and Tamari Martin have played together before, so it's not like they're uncommon with each other. So I know they haven't played a lot together, but they have played together before. So obviously we're going to be looking out for what Tamari Martin does. I personally feel like Tamari Martin going into this season as a player under a bit of pressure, to keep his spot, because you got your likes of your Tana Boyd's waiting in the wing, who we've just signed. And interesting enough, Tana Boyd has not been named in the squad as well, which I'm a little bit surprised by, because I thought Tana Boyd would have been at least in the squad for this clash against the Sharks. So maybe Tana Boyd's going to be given a crack in that second trial game against the Storm the following week in Hamilton. So yeah, which is interesting. Of course, then you've obviously got our back row as well, which is the most interesting thing with the likes of Capewell, Laban. Obviously, you'd expect, Barnett and Fisher Harris will be locked-in starters for our forwards, but who's going to get those remaining spots? Likes of Aaron Clark as well, who gets a bit of a crack in that 13 spot. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how Aaron Clark goes in the Warriors jersey as well. First preseason game. Obviously, he wants to make a bit of a mark so he can get into the team in round one against the Raiders as well as a whole. So, yeah, it's quite interesting, and nonetheless. And looking at obviously we got some of the other youngsters as well. Just look at some of the youngsters with Luke Hanson and Jet Cleary as well. So, are they going to get much game time? I probably think they may get a little bit, but you won't see a lot of them playing this game against the Sharks. And Bunty Afoa as well, which is an interesting one, because I think Bunty Afoa this year, his position in this side, he is not going to be, in this side regularly. Let's be quite frank. He's not going to be, in this team more regularly. There's quite a few others ahead of him in the pecking order right now, in my opinion. Unless Bunty has a strong, unless he has a strong couple of games. But I can't see Bunty for getting into the starting 17 altogether. I just feel like the likes of your Haliasimas, your Labans, your likes, ahead of him in the pecking order, in my opinion. So, yeah, and hold the ball, says Jet Cleary, has me excited. Been quite a few years spent a Cleary in the ranks. Yeah, and listening to Jet Cleary, and a bit of a he did a bit of a chat on One News Sport in New Zealand. There was this thing that he did for One News in New Zealand, and it's really exciting to see how he's going to go. Obviously, we've got to sort of, we're excited as fans, but we got to be careful as well. We don't want to put too much pressure on the young guy. He's coming through. He's 20 years old, 21 or 20 years old. He's not going to be in first grade quite quickly, but we can get excited. But let's cool our jets a little bit and be a bit calm, because he's not going to be coming into the first grade side straight away and doing things special straight away. He's going to be given that time to develop, and who knows, maybe in the future, we might see him in there. So hello to Jose in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. And Jose is saying it's great to see Pompey and Tamari Martin named. Yeah, and also as well with Pompey as well. I want to just say this in Pompey because, look, at the start, I was one of his biggest critics, Adam Pompey, but he's no doubt proven me wrong over the last couple of seasons. He, for me, is a totally different player, obviously, to your Berries and the likes. He's a big body. He can kick as well. He can run hard as well. Adam Pompey. So look, I think Pompey as well is going to be competing a lot for that starting spot, no doubt, this year. And look, I am a massive Rocco Berry fan. Hold the Bullers too. He's in the chat. And we said this, that it's not a guarantee that Rocco Berry, although I love Rocco Berry, it's no doubt that he's going to have his, he's going to be under pressure as well to get his spot in the 17. So I'm really intrigued to see how Pompey goes in this trial game against the Sharks. I think he's going to be in for one of the big performances as well. You want to put his name up. A lot of these players will want to send out a statement to Webby for round one selections as well. So I'm also really excited for Tane Tuapiki as well. I absolutely love Tane Tuapiki. I'm a big fan of him. And a lot of people want him to start in round one against the Raiders. I'm sort of that. I'm on that bandwagon as well. But in saying that, look, I don't honestly see Tane Tuapiki starting fullback round one. I'd love to see it happen, and I would love to see it happen. But I think with Webby, he is going to have a lot of faith in Chance to Cookstad to start there. And I personally think Chance's position is under a bit of pressure. He's got a lot of competition for that spot with Tane there in the wings. So, and look, I think there's some people saying that C&K could play a bit of centre as well. Now, that's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout, when you think about it, because he could definitely move into that centre spot. But my thinking is, if he does move into the centre spot, who are you going to have out of Berry and Leotau? You can't just have, you're going to have one or the other. And of course, it's either C&K, Leotau or Berry. That's the thing. So, but I do feel like Chance's position at fullback is not quite safe. It's not safe because last year wasn't his best season. He had injuries as well, but it wasn't his greatest year. The year previous, I thought he was great. Chance, but look, I think Chance can definitely, prove a point in this game. So he's going to have to, he's going to have to prove a point to a lot of people. A lot of people have got Tane at the fullback spot and want to see Tane there. But I absolutely love Tane. I am a massive fan of him. You guys would know. I follow Tane throughout the Queensland Cup here when he was playing for the Bears. And, watching his talent through, it really excites me. And when he signed for us, I was so happy to see him sign for us. But to be honest, you can't, have someone of that quality playing New South Wales Cup all the time. I think he's way too good for New South Wales Cup, in my opinion. I think having him in reserve grade every week, is it's tough. It's tough. But you've got someone like Chance as well. So, Chance needs to have a big season. He needs to have a big season. He needs to really come out here and have a huge game. He needs to make a statement that fullback is his position and that his position that he doesn't want someone to take. He needs to come out there and have a strong performance, because I think this game and if he is playing the Storm game, but if he's not playing the Storm game, he's going to have to use this game as a reference to Webby to say, look, the young guy Tane's in the trying to get my position, but I'm still number one. I want to be in that position. But look, Chance is very humble. We know he's a humble bloke. He's a very humble bloke. He is a hard-working bloke as well. So, for me, I've still got faith. I've still got faith that Chance can, turn around his form from last year and put it into this year's as well. So, yeah. And hello to Mickey. Mickey's saying here, interesting to see how Rats goes at wing. I reckon he'll do well there. Yeah. Yeah. Look, last year obviously we know RTS's you know positional switch to centre didn't quite work out. I personally thought it was an absolute, failure of an experiment. Now that is not RTS's fault at all. He was coming into the side. A lot of people thought he was going to, fit into that position very well. And he's a natural fullback, RTS. He's not played any position other than fullback. He's played a bit of wing in his career as well, but he's not played a lot of centre. So, he had a very difficult last year, settling into that position in centres. Obviously, he was injured too for quite of 2024 as well as a whole. So look, not all of it was his fault, because he had to settle into a new position, and that wasn't easy as well. So I think with wing, that's the thing. There's some people saying he should go back to fullback. I know there's some people saying he's probably, not quick enough to play wing anymore. So that's the most interesting thing for me with RTS. I think if RTS is got to be in the side, obviously he's got to be on the wing. And it's probably the only position you could probably see best play him. I think for fullback, I think his days at fullback are completely over in my opinion. But obviously, if there are injuries, let's say Tane got injured, Chance got injured, then yes, probably you throw in someone like RTS on the fullback spot there. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite intriguing to see how the Warriors use him, how Webby uses him. What sort of way they use their attack around RTS on that wing spot. You guys got to remember we also lost Montoya as well. And look, Montoya, is he a big loss? Well, look, I think he brought plenty to the club in all respect, but is he? I don't think he's one of the massive big losses this season as a whole. But Jose is saying here, even with Chance playing with his six for the Keys and PNG scored a try and had an assist on the edge. Yeah, look, but that was only one game, Jose. Look, I know there are some people suggesting he should play a bit of 5'8" for Chance to look start, but I think with the 6 and the 7, you've got to have a strong kicking game. It is something that the Warriors have lacked last season. And this is where I brought into Tana Boyd. And I know people love Tamari Martin. There's so many big Tamari Martin fans out there, but I think this is where I go with Tana Boyd is, Tana Boyd's got a very strong, long kicking game. And I want to see that utilised. I want to see him actually utilised in the side. So I think with Tane, with Tana Boyd, sorry, not Tane, Tana Boyd, is that he, which for me, look, that's why I was a bit surprised that he's not named in the side altogether. So I think with Tana Boyd, that's the play that I would love to see maybe next week against Storm, how he goes, and maybe give Tamari Martin a rest and play Tana Boyd with Luke Metcalf, and we want to see how that combination goes. But yeah, that's the thing. I think for the halves, you've got to have a strong kicking game. A strong kicking game is so important. Every team has it. Every team has it in this competition. If you're going to be a contender, top 4, top 8 team, you're going to have that as a whole, as a whole for me. So yeah, Sharks game last year. He was mean in the centres. Yeah, and Jose's is true. But just to harp on about that and the halves there, and also with Tane as well. But the quite interesting to see. Also with Laban as well, Jacob Laban, that second row, which I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes as a whole. Kurt Capewell, look, I'm not the biggest Kurt Capewell fan, but hopefully he does pretty well there this season. For this game. Obviously with this one for me, look, I'm obviously just looking out for the things that we've done in preseason with the defensive side of the game, the attacking side of that game, and how we've worked that, how we worked that upon ourselves to improve that throughout the off season as a whole. So yeah, quite exciting stuff. Quite exciting stuff with preseason. Obviously I don't personally read a lot to the trials. Win, lose or draw, I don't look at the result. I look at the players coming out of this game unscathed with no injuries. That's the most important thing. And look, I don't really care about the result at the end of the day. Winning is great. Losing is not the end of the world. We can. I know we as fans, we get excited if we win preseason games. We go out and say we're going to win the grand final, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Like, I just look at this game as an opportunity and excitement to see some of these players in action as a whole there. But Hello to Naz in the chat there, guys. So, guys, if you are new viewer, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button, click that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new, returning viewer to the channel or new viewer to the channel, please subscribe. Subscribing also gets the word out about all the Warriors content, NRL Warriors content out to all the people on the YouTube space as well. So like, share, and subscribe. It all really does help. Yeah, we're trying to get to 3K subscribers, so help us get to 3K. Share this on every Warriors page, every Warriors group. Share it everywhere. Help us out. So, but yeah, like I said there with Naz Williams' comment is saying Ed Rogers on the no doubt will still transition back to Super Rugby. It came not easy. Roger surprised me this year. Got massive faith in there. So yeah, absolutely, Naz. Spot on there. I agree with you. I think with Roger, it's based on coming back into the NRL last year, and when Roger left the NRL is a whole different game now. It's changed a lot. You can't really transition to a position rather quickly, and he had to play centre, and centre's a lot different as well. So yeah, it's just I think with RTS, I think this year we will see the best out of RTS. I know we said that last year. We'll hope that, but I think we will see a lot more, of an improvement. And obviously he's playing there on the wing, so that will be probably his position for. Well, you'd think it's his position for the majority of the season coming up. So yeah, like players to watch. Look, I'm going to go through it. So James Fisher Harris, obviously players to watch for me. With Fisher Harris being the Warriors jersey, we're going to be keen to see how he performs. Look, probably expect maybe at least the first half, couple minutes of that first half, and then second half he comes on. Second half he'll come off the field, he'll be rested. Players to watch, likes of your Labens there, Jacob Labens, Aaron Clarks, and you're probably your Valmawanga's coming off the bench, Dimitri Valmawanga. As well. You got also some of these younger players, Moala Graham Taufa and Sio Kelly as well. So you'll probably see a bit of a change in the back line in the second half as well. But yeah, it's quite, for me, like just looking at it, like I said, these are players to watch here for me in terms of the side. Sam Healy as well has been named the reserves as well. So it's just interesting to see whether he gets a bit of a run in. Samuel Healy, I'm sure he will get a couple of minutes coming off the bench as a whole there. So yeah, as for the Sharks, look, as I say there, like obviously there's no AFB, so Adam Fanua-Blake's not playing in this game, but the Sharks lineup is just pretty potent. I think the Sharks are going to do pretty well this year. I think we know how their forwards are. They've got a pretty potent forward pack as well. With Tet Talakai, Oregon Kafusi, Hazelton, it's a strong forward pack. And Braden Hammond-Ueli as well. Boy, that's a very strong pack. It's a very strong pack. Without Fanua Blake as well, then you've got the likes of Hines as well coming into the side. So, yeah, man, it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plans out. But yeah, guys, feel free to put in your comments through. I think feel free to put in your comments through the live chat if you've got anything else you want to say about this game. Obviously, I'm not going to put a prediction in because it's pre-season, so I'm not going to really do a prediction for a pre-season trial game because what is the point of doing that? It's a trial game at the end of the day, and win, lose or draw. Like I said, I'm going to remind fans out there: win, lose or draw. Let's not overreact. Let's not get too overexcited about a trial game. Like, whether we lose or win, it's not the end of the world. We want to just see these players go out there, express themselves, play well. Obviously, don't get injured. That's the main thing. You worry about these trials because injuries are the biggest worries when you got these sort of games. So I think just go out there, enjoy yourselves, play well. Play the best to our ability. Obviously, we don't want to play poorly in a preseason game, but we don't want to, we don't want to be too nervous because it's only a trial game at the end of the day. So, yeah, Sporty dude is just saying overreacting if the Warriors win or lose. It's only preseason. Absolutely right. We know what our fan base is like. We love to get excited when we win a preseason trial. We really do. And I say this, in all respects, that we shouldn't overreact when we lose, or we shouldn't get too excited over a preseason result. So, yeah, It is exciting. It is exciting. You know, I'm just happy to see footy back. Real excited to have the rugby league action, you know, this weekend. Albeit it's 2 pre-season trials. Got this game in, of course, Penrith are playing as well against the Raiders, I think. So there's 2 trials this week, and then we've got a full match of pre-season footy next weekend as well. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Really exciting stuff. Into Webby say, mate, my pitchfork fork is ready. Yeah, well, I'm sure fans, we know what we like. You know, we get to the point where we look at a trial game. You know, if we win, we're going to say, well, let's buy our grand final tickets now. You know, book our finals tickets early. You know, all sorts of funny reactions that we do as fans. You know, when we look at a preseason result. But like I said, it's only a trial, guys. It's only a trial. So yeah, hold the ball. Great stuff, Fanatics. Looking forward to the game this Friday. Absolutely. And no more being to just make the awareness need to aim higher. I think I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one, because I think going into this year, my expectations are not as high as last year. Now, I think making the finals this year is going to be a pass mark for me. I know we should be aiming to make the top 4. We should be aiming to win premierships, no doubt about it, as a fan. But this year, like, I'm going to be a bit more reserved this year with my expectations, because last year my expectations were so high, and we missed the finals altogether, right? We should have made the top 4 last year, and we didn't. So, look, I'm going to be happy with top 8 at the end of the year. I'll be happy with top 8 at the end of the year. But, you know, like I said, I think fans should lower their expectations a little bit this year. There's nothing wrong with having high hopes. I'm not saying that, but, you know, you've got to be realistic how we look at the squad and look at the last year, and not expect so much big things. But hey, look, I'd be happy to be proven wrong. If we make top 4, great, awesome stuff. But I don't think we'll be top 4 team this year. I think we'll be like around about the top 8. But yeah, that wraps it up, guys. That's my preview. Warriors versus Sharks. I am going to be doing a live watch along on Friday night, so tune in for that one. Also, I've got some other streams planned. So Wednesday night, tomorrow night, we've got the great man Anton Poser coming on for a pre-season chat, talking about all things Warriors, NRL, coming up this season, chat about the captaincy, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, we've got him coming on the channel tomorrow night, so tune in for that one. And if you haven't already, please go and check back the live streams from last night. The great man Andy Raymond joined me to have a chat. It was a brief chat. You know, I didn't get to every question I wanted answered, but you know, he didn't have a lot of time, so it was good to at least get him on for a couple of minutes. So go and check that one out. Go give that one a watch. Yeah, also make sure you tune in tomorrow night, like I said, Wednesday night, for the chat with Anton Poser, Warriors super fan, Bunty Afoa fan, a massive Bunty Afoa fan, but Anton Poser. He's well known in the Warriors community, so make sure you tune in for that one tomorrow night as well. And also, don't forget, Thursday night, another bit of advertising for you guys, bit of promoting. Thursday night, I've got my NRL letter predictions for the season. You guys will find out where I predict every team for the 2025 season. So that's coming up Thursday night as well. And then, of course, Friday, the live watch along for the Warriors game against the Sharks preseason match, and then a post-game review of that game. So a lot of Warriors content to come up on the channel next, so stay locked in. Guys, please also give this video a like. Make sure you click the thumbs up button on the live stream. Don't forget to like it. Liking it really does help the channel, and also gets the content out to all Warriors and NRL fans in general. So, and also subscribing also helps as well. So subscribing to the YouTube channel, click that subscribe button if you're a new viewer or returning viewer. It's absolutely free, doesn't cost anything at all, and it helps to get the word out about all the content as well. It's so much appreciated, as we do aim for more Warriors content over the next couple of weeks. Hello to Jazz, who's just joined. Jazz, and you're going to have to watch the stream back because I'm just about to wrap it up. So apologies if you're coming in late and you missed it, but just about wrapped it up for this one. And yeah, Mickey's just saying kia ora to Jazz. So hello to Jazz. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, guys, Warriors versus Sharks preseason match. Get amongst it. Cheer on the boys. Watch the game. Like I say to the fans every time, that this is a trial game, so let's not overreact. Whether we win or lose, it's all about seeing players build these combinations, get that game time, um, and show us a bit of excitement as well. You know, like the likes of your new signings, Fisher Harris's, Aaron Clark's, you know, your younger players as well, getting another opportunity to play a game. So yeah, that's the most important thing for me, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it for sure. Really looking forward to it. But yeah, enjoy your footy this week. Enjoy the preseason action. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. Also, guys, make sure you tune in to the guys over at Wise Up TV. They're about to go live, I think, real soon. So go and check out Wise Up TV. They are going live for their show. So shout out to those legends as well. So go and give them a watch. And yeah, go and tune into their content, which they're about to do real soon, I think. So thanks, guys, for watching. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Up the Wars, go the Mighty Warriors. And the preseason footy gets underway this weekend. Cheers, everyone. Have a good one.